right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be my honest, brutal thoughts of Black Ops 6 and Warzone in general. What I thought after playing it. This is a very raw video, so I may be a little bit over the place, but I'm sure you guys can appreciate the honesty and just overall giving my opinions on the game. Make sure you guys drop a like so the devs can see this and get this out there. Also leave in the comments any feedback you guys want to give and just kind of hear me out on this. I have a full list of things I want to talk about. I do want to touch base on just the overall event and what I experienced in general. I do think that Call of Duty Next, like that event was probably the least hyped one of the last two. They had that event for Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Those were both a little bit more hype than this one, and there's one reason why. I literally know the reason why it wasn't that hyped. So it's kind of simple. There was no big map, so there was no hype, right? Getting a Resurgence win overall, we all know, especially people who play Warzone all the time, it's way less hype getting a win in Resurgence than there is big map. So I think like literally half of the creators all got wins at the event versus like in the last couple Call of Duty Nexus, only like maybe 3 or 4 teams of creators got wins. And I'm looking at it from both sides, right? Obviously in a perfect scenario, this is how this event should have played out. Instead of a Resurgence map, we play Verdansk at Call of Duty Next. Mad hype, mad hype. Everyone's excited. It drops in November. Perfect. They released a Treyarch map, Area 99, Nuketown inspired, in spring. That would be the perfect execution of the hype. Because of that, it wasn't that hyped. A lot of people aren't super duper excited because at the end of the day, you know, anybody who's a true Warzone fan loves Battle Royale, loves that feeling of getting a win on a big map. It's so much more intense, so much more fun, and so much more dopamine than Resurgence. And for Warzone to ever to be big and continue to be big, it has to have a great map, big map, Battle Royale map, addictive, fun. But that's just talking about the event of itself. I did experience, I mean, there was a lot of lag, the servers, I mean, half the venue's internet power went out, so the experience was okay. I appreciate Call of Duty them and throwing in. I understand like it takes a lot to do it, but it's just overall what we experienced just wasn't like the past 2 years for multiple different reasons. A lot of feedback I have is obviously for Warzone, but for multiplayer, I am truly in awe. I want to give her just a huge W to the Treyarch team for multiplayer. I mean, I truly do not think we've had a perfect multi like this since Black Ops 4. I mean, starting off, as you guys know me, I'm a nuke guy, man. So I literally died 3 off the nuke. I died 3 off the nuke at the venue. I'd have been the first one to get it, but my boy Jay ended up getting the world's first nuke, and it's an actual callable nuke, and the animation is so sick. I can't wait to get on the beta and play it and go for my first nuke. I mean, they absolutely cooked. I mean, multiplayer was so fun. All the maps are great. The gunplay is great. The pacing is great. Kill streaks are fire. The camos, I mean, Dark Matter is back. Diamond camo is back. Master Prestige, level 1000 with the level 1000 reward. This might potentially be the best year for multiplayer of all time in Call of Duty. I'm not trolling when I say that. I truly do. There's a couple things they got to fix, but overall, I mean, they literally cooked with multi. I am in love. I cannot wait to play it. I can't wait to do the race, Master Prestige, all that type of stuff. But a lot of you guys are here not because of just multiplayer, but also you want to hear my feedback on Warzone, and to be honest, I do have a ton. Obviously, Verdansk was announced and is coming back in the springtime. I would have loved for it to be in November, but you know, it is what it is, and we do have to deal with it now. So it comes back in the spring, and I think a lot of people have this, you know, saying of like Warzone is back when Verdansk is back. It's hard to recreate that moment, you know. I think it will be a lot of hype, and I love Verdansk. It's the original 2020 map, if you guys don't know. So the original one that first came out, it's going to be amazing. But you know, they do have a lot of things to clean up before that actually happens, and you know, you just can't recreate. It was like lightning in a bottle with Verdansk in COVID. Now it's a little bit different, right? I mean, even I dropped a 20 bomb at COD Next, my first win. I posted it. And a lot of the comments are saying, you know, I'm ass without my cheats. You know what I'm saying? Like when Warzone first came out, when Verdansk came out, there was nothing like that. You know, it was very an innocent game. You know, nowadays, if you kill somebody, they automatically think you're cheating. You're getting spam reported, this, that, and the third. Somebody's making a video saying using walls or hacks or something like that. So I think the game just genuinely lost its innocence. I think it has to do with, you know, some people creating that narrative, and a lot of it has to do. The blame is the anti-cheat with Warzone. I mean, they just took way too long with the anti-cheat and ricochets. So I think them doing that kind of like caused a little bit too much damage to where like casuals just don't trust literally anything they see. So now let's start with the game itself, right? Area 99, playing on that map, I don't know what it was. To me, maybe if you guys can see it or not, I felt way faster in multiplayer than I did in Warzone. I don't know why. I think the speed of the game, like me as a player myself, I felt slower. J-God was telling me that I didn't have the right perks on, but overall I think a Warzone should have a base of all the fast perks. Like I shouldn't have to get a loadout. Like it should just be automatically implemented into the game. Like let me give you an example. Calling in a UAV, a slow animation. Putting down an armor box, super slow animation. I couldn't dolphin dive with hybrid off buildings like I can now in the current Warzone. Like everything, I don't know what it is. So Treyarch and them created Omni movement, right? More creative ways to have movement. We've seen different scenarios. I mean, I watched Ryda, who's a Warzone player, to absolutely destroy Celium with Omni movement, and it looked absolutely crazy, right? But in Warzone, I don't know what it is. We have more creative ability with our movements, but it's slower, and it kind of defeats the purpose, right? It doesn't really make me want to use any creative movements because how slow I am. If I'm dolphin diving sideways shooting at somebody in Warzone, it's a very slow animation. I'm dying 90% of the time. Versus multiplayer, it's a little bit faster, so the time to kill is a little bit faster, so it's definitely more effective. But in Warzone, I'm using it, and it's just not, none of it's effective because how slow it is. It's more creative, but a lot slower. BO6 is nearly here, but did you know if you're an Xfinity customer, you get to play the game a whole week earlier than everyone else? Xfinity customers, log in or sign up for Xfinity rewards at xfinity.com/rewards and redeem a code now to start playing on August 30th. And as a bonus, I'll be giving away 25 early access codes to the community thanks to Xfinity. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter on August 29th for a chance to win. Be sure to share this with your squad so you guys all get early access and are ready to play on August 30th. Shout out to Xfinity, man, for making this happen. I'll see you guys in the field. So I think with them, they have time, but like I said, we have about 3 months until we actually play the next current game of Warzone, the next iteration, so they do have time to fix that. But yeah, it's more creative, but I just felt a little slower in Warzone with even like the littlest stuff. Like the slide canceling thing, I don't really care about. That doesn't matter to me, in my opinion. I like in this game that it's not a very snappy slide cancel. It's just a very like, you kind of glide but you can shoot at the same time. It feels like BO4. I don't know what it is. I felt a big difference from multiplayer to Warzone with overall my movement speed, just doing everything like the simplest things. I mean, putting down munitions in a plate box took an hour. Calling it a kill streak just felt super long. You know, just like little things like that. Now, a lot of people want to talk about the look of the game, right? So a lot of people have said this is literally Cold War. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This is set 10 years after Cold War, so it's gonna have that sort of look to it. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna look not just like it, but it's gonna, like, from your first time playing it, you're gonna think it looks like Cold War because that's the most similar thing to it. But it doesn't play like Cold War. I don't think it's that clunky. Cold War's multiplayer was super clunky. This one was not. Warzone did feel a little clunky, which they gotta fix a little bit. You know, when you think about it, it's supposed to look a little similar to Cold War. So I mean, I saw a lot of feedback on that, and it's just kind of is what it is. It's the time period that it's set in. That was done on purpose. Now with the graphics of the game, so if you guys don't know, I actually got the chance to play. I haven't even made this public yet. I got a chance to play the Warzone about 3 weeks before COD Next, and the feedback that everybody is saying in the comments on videos on Twitter is the exact same feedback we gave to them in those meetings. The graphics is one of the biggest things that we did. You know, it's a Treyarch game. It's a resurgence map. Let's make it a little bit more vibrant, a little more pleasing to the eye, and they have it written down. They know that. They 100% of that. They couldn't change it just because in a short time period, but they already know that feedback. I just want to tell you guys this because a lot of you guys will say that we get paid by Activision, we get paid by Call of Duty, we never get feedback, we just are yes men. But I promise you, we sat in that meeting and gave a full list of feedback on playing the Warzone. And also, it's a little bit different. You got to remember, at Call of Duty Next, we're playing against literally everybody is sweaty, everybody is trying to get content, so it's not anything you guys like. What you saw is not how the game is going to play. 1000%. You were watching literally a custom match with everyone trying to get content. Was everyone good? No, but everyone was trying for sure. Nobody got off a 9 to 5 with a beer in their hand and was just playing for the vibes with their friends. Well, that wasn't the case at all. Now let's talk about what I love about the new Warzone and overall. I have always said this. I think for it to feel refreshing, and you guys haven't played it yet, so you don't really know. But for me, it felt like playing a different game, and that's a good thing. I promise you, I did not want to play a game that felt like MW2 and MW3. It's the exact opposite of what I've wanted. I've always wanted a game that felt completely different. And to be honest, what I played felt like a Black Ops, Blackout, Cold War, Battle Royale type vibe. And that's what we need. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be refreshing playing that, getting better on that. just kind of switch up the pacing, man. It's almost like changing your palate with food. Like you may not like it at first, but you're gonna really appreciate it once you start playing a little bit more, and how different it is, and how it's almost like a new game, and refreshing, right? You won't get burnt out as fast as if they made the game like Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2. You won't get burnt out that fast. But overall, like I said, man, it's the Resurgence map. I'm not a super fan of Resurgence. I play it because, you know, it does well on YouTube. A lot of people do enjoy watching it, but for me, man, the passion of winning the game, the thing that gets me truly addicted is that battle royale feeling. 150 players. So when they bring back Verdansk, they cannot do 100 players. That will be the biggest mistake they'll ever do. It has to be 150 players. It has to be the original Verdansk map with the Treyarch feel we have right now. Less clunky. I love the guns. One thing I will say is, me personally, I truly don't think Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 guns should be in integration. Let me know in the comments if you agree. I truly do not think they should be in there. They don't make sense. They don't make sense. It literally does not. It will feel totally weird using an STG playing Treyarch game, using an MW2 MP5 or a Modern Warfare 3 gun, CX9. It will not feel good. And there's so many attachments on those games, bro. Like, just dead it. Save it for MW4. I want them to separate the universes with the guns. You know, like Black Ops should just be Black Ops guns. It'll be less complicated, right? I mean, my head will literally spin if I go to a menu and I gotta select MW2, MW3, and a Treyarch gun. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta go through all the attachments with the scopes, the 45. I'm gonna lose my mind, bro. Please, for the love of God, separate them. Please, I beg of you. And overall, the map design of Area 99, if you guys want me to get into that, it's just a Resurgence map. It's just a big circle. I think it's fine. The map design was fine to me. I mean, the gunfights were fun, refreshing. I think the game overall that map will feel a lot better when the graphics are way better. But overall, I mean, the map design, it literally just all gunfights, which is what I like. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of different levels, but overall, I don't like a lot of verticality like Vondel. Truly don't. I like fighting like on Rebirth. Everything's kind of like you can kind of get to one place or another pretty quickly. But I don't like people like we're talking about the map design. I don't want a Vondel. Too much going on. Also, when I was playing, I either died really fast or I killed really slow. I think what they got to tweak is the headshot multiplier. I think it was a little off. Playing Warzone, I definitely could feel it because sometimes I would get absolutely melted and other times I would just get so many hit markers. And also what we played, we didn't get to use any loadouts. You know what I'm saying? It was like a blackout. You just picked up a gun and go. So like the loadouts aspect is obviously going to change the game a little bit different, right? Getting your guns, getting your custom guns is going to feel nice. Using those classic MP5 XM4 builds is going to be really, really fun as well too. I love the stim shots that are back. They're super nice, super effective. But overall, those are my thoughts and opinions on Warzone and Black Ops 6. I may have forgot some things, but overall, that's just me kind of going off the dome right now and kind of just giving my initial reaction for you guys of what I've played, what I experienced, and overall, man. So like I said, I think the biggest takeaway we can give is we have 3 months until this Warzone comes out. It doesn't feel like anything we've played before, which is a good thing. It's going to be refreshing. And Verdansk is coming back. They announced it. So it's a lot of steps moving in the right direction. They have a great base with the multiplayer. The multiplayer is fantastic. If I had to rate the multiplayer, I'm giving it 10 out of 10. I swear to you, like, I'm not kidding. It was so fun. Everyone's gonna have a blast with the beta. I promise you, everyone is. Y'all are probably having fun on the beta right now. But with Warzone, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. I would. I think Resurgence, the game mode, is just not something you put at a Call of Duty next event, in my opinion. It's not what you use to draw in new viewers to play your game. It's an experience that kind of fades very quickly, right? The Battle Royale experience is what's very addictive, right? So let me know what you guys think. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later.